Hello children, nice to meet you again. Hope you are ready for the English lesson. Today our lesson is on conditional sentences. When I say conditional sentences, we need to learn all the three types of conditional clauses. But today in this lesson, we are going to focus only on the conditional clauses type 1. So in this lesson, you are going to learn how to identify the first conditional in a given context, and also how to use the first conditional in written and spoken communication to talk about real and possible situations. So to begin with, let me give you an opportunity to read a letter. Now this is the letter written by Krishan's parents. Because this is the school vacation, so Krishan is at his grandparents' house. That is why his parents are writing this letter. So we will read this and see what they say. You can read this with me. Dear son, how are you? Enjoy with your grandparents this week. If you behave well, we will buy you a gift. Don't forget to brush your teeth at night. If you don't clean your teeth, you will get a toothache. So do it every night. If it is sunny, grandfather will take you to the beach. We know you love it. If you have your lunch, grandfather will buy you an ice cream at the beach. Call us if you need. Love, mother and father. So my dear children, when you read the letter, what did you feel? Yes, of course, it's a letter full of conditions. So today we are focusing on conditional sentences. So let me take one sentence out from the letter and we'll study that. So this is the first sentence that we are going to study. What is it? If you behave well, we will buy you a gift. So just read this and see. Now if I ask you this question, have Kishan's parents bought the gift for him? Yes, you know, no. They have not bought it yet, right? Will they buy it for him? Yes, there is a probability they will buy it, right? So in conditional sentences type 1, we talk about real life, real world, possible conditions and probable results. Is that clear? So conditional sentence type 1, we talk about the real life based on facts, about possible conditions and probable results. Is that clear, my dear children? Okay. And then if you again observe the sentence very carefully, you can understand that in this sentence you have the word if. That is why the conditional sentences are known also as if clauses, right? So you have the word if and also you have a comma in the middle of a sentence, right? So in the middle of the sentence you can find a comma there. What happens with that comma? Seemingly the comma divides the sentence into two, right? Why is that? We don't know yet. We'll find it out. Now this is how it happens, right? I used colors here because it makes the thing that you have to learn very clear. Okay? So if you behave well, acts as one part of the sentence and we will buy you a gift act as another part of the same sentence. So we can identify two main sentence sections here, two parts, right? If you behave well is given in red. We will buy you a gift is given in black, right? So what is the difference here? Now if you take this, we will buy you a gift. Now will this happen if the boy does not behave well? No. That means buying a gift, the action buying a gift depends on behavior of the boy. Do you understand that? Therefore, if you behave well, the action behaving well acts as the condition here. We call it the condition. If you fulfill the condition only, you will get this as a result. Therefore, the next part is the result. So, what did we learn so far? We learned that we use conditional type 1 to talk about the possible conditions and its probabilities. And also we talk about the conditional type 1, and there I told you, not only in conditional type 1, even in other conditional sentences we have two parts. One is the condition and the other one is the result. Result is given or will be there only if the condition is fulfilled. Is that clear? Okay. So, I am giving you another sentence to understand this very clearly. Look at this. If it is sunny, grandfather will take you to the beach. Now, can you identify the condition and the result here? Now, if it is sunny, grandfather will take you to the beach. Now, going to the beach is what they expect. But this happens only if it is sunny. So, what is the condition? Yes, very good. If it is sunny. Is that clear? If it rains, no. Grandfather will not take him to the beach. Therefore, you have the condition there as if it is sunny. And also, the other part, grandfather will take you to the beach, there as the result. Hope you have got it clearly, right? But anyway, we have to learn two new terms again with regard to this conditional sentence type 1, right? Now here in this sentence, if you behave well, we will buy you a gift, right? Can you identify the condition and the result? Now, if you think about the action buying a gift, that happens only if the boy behaves well. So, that behaving well is the condition, and then you have the result. So, no problem in identifying the condition and the result. But, if I tell you that the section includes the word if is also called as subordinate clause. Do you know what it is? Still you don't know. So, we will find out. Why do we call it the subordinate clause? Right? Now, forget about the words given in black. Basically, the result part. Forget about the result part. I am going to use only the condition. Right? Now, when I say, if you behave well, is it a complete sentence? No, we all know that, right? It's not complete. You don't get the complete meaning out of it. Therefore, it cannot stand alone. That is why we say it's the subordinate clause. And identifying the subordinate clause is very simple. Why? It is the if clause. It is the section that contains the word if. Is that clear, my dear children? Okay. With that, if you move on to the other section, we call it the main clause. Is it a sentence? Yes, of course. It's a sentence and it stands alone and it conveys the meaning. Therefore, we call it the main clause. Is that clear? So, we learned a lot of things about conditional sentences. What did we learn? We learned that when we talk about conditional sentences, there are three types to learn. But in this lesson, we focus only on conditional type 1. And conditional type 1 is used to talk about real situations and talk about the possible conditions and its probabilities based on facts, right? In a conditional sentence, we have a condition and a result. And then I told you the condition or the if clause is named as subordinate clause and the result part is known as the main clause. Now, what is a clause? I repeatedly talk about clauses. Do you know what a clause is? Now, at this level, for you to understand, I will give it like this. Clause is a group of words containing a verb and other elements. So, look at the subordinate clause. What is the verb there? Yes, it is behave, right? So, it has a verb as well as other elements. And when you take the main clause, what is the verb? Will buy. And with the verb, there are other elements as well. So, you have the subordinate clause and the main clause. Is that clear? So, now it's time for us to practice. Right? So, this is again a sentence, a conditional sentence where you have to find out the main clause and the subordinate clause. See whether you can do that. What is there in red color? It is the subordinate clause. Why do we call it the subordinate clause? Now, to understand why do we call it the subordinate clause, you have to look at the other side. Look at the verb here. Will take you to the beach. Will take you to the beach. Right? So, that taking you to the beach happens only if the weather is sunny. That is why we say it is the subordinate clause. Is that clear? So, the other part is automatically the main clause. Right? This is what is expected. In order to get this happen, that condition needs to be fulfilled. Okay? Right. Once again, the clause is a group of words containing a verb and other elements. That's for your knowledge, right? And this is the time for you to practice what you learned. You need to read the given sentences and try to identify the subordinate clause and the main clause. In simple terms, the condition and the result. Okay, let's do it. Alright, can we check your answers? I think you don't need much time for that. Now see, if you don't clean your teeth, you will get a toothache. What is the condition and what is the result? Now here, the condition is there with the word if. If you don't clean your teeth. If you don't clean your teeth is the condition, and based on that you get a result, you will get a toothache. You will get a toothache is the main clause, and if you don't clean your teeth is the condition. And if you take the next one, if you have your lunch, grandfather will buy you an ice cream at the beach. So, the condition is if you have lunch, if you take your meal only, right? Grandfather will buy you an ice cream at the beach. So, grandfather will buy you an ice cream at the beach is the main clause. Is that clear? To make it very clear, I will put that into a grid and show you. We will see the grid here. So, this is how it appears. Now, you can notice that always the subordinate clause means the condition, and condition comes with if, and then the result clause is known as the main clause. The action of the main clause happens only when the action of the subordinate clause or the condition fulfills. That is what you need to learn here. Is that clear? Okay, not only these, right? There are some more things that you need to learn about conditional sentences. I have given you the things that you need to know. The first one is the order of the clauses is not fixed. Now, if you can remember what we learned earlier, in all my conditional sentences, I have placed the if clause first and then the main clause. In this slide, this particular sentence tells you that you don't have to have a fixed order. It can be the main clause and the subordinate clause, or subordinate clause first and then the main clause, as you wish. But you may have to rearrange the pronouns and adjust punctuation when you change the order of the clauses. Now, when you change the order, remember, sometimes you have to look for the punctuation marks, you have to adjust them, and sometimes you have to think about the pronoun as well. Not always, sometimes, right? And the most important thing that you should know is, now by changing the order of the clauses, you are not going to change the meaning. Meaning remains identical. So, we will take some examples. Here are some examples. Now, look at the first one. If you don't clean your teeth, you will get a toothache. Now, it's very simple for you to identify the condition and the result, or the subordinate clause and the main clause. Isn't that so? Yes. So, what is the condition here? If you don't clean your teeth, I have placed it at the front, right? I start with the conditional clause. The second part is the result clause. But if I want, I can change it in that way as well. So, what happens? I have taken the result clause first, and then you have the condition after that. Either way, the meaning remains the same. That is what I need to highlight here. Okay, if you take the second one, if you have your lunch, grandfather will buy you an ice cream at the beach. Then again, I have placed the condition first and then comes the result. But if you want, the same thing can be written in this way as well. How? You can start with the main clause. Grandfather will buy you an ice cream at the beach if you have your lunch. But anyway, you have to look for the changes I have made. What are they? When you take the main clause to the front, can you see I have made the letter Y capital. Uppercase Y is used. Why? Because it is now the beginning of the sentence. And what about the comma there? What I have used in the first one? If you don't clean your teeth, comma. Can you see that comma in the second place, in the second sentence? No. Why is that? Because now when you use the main clause as the first part of your conditional sentence, the comma is not necessary to use. Now, when constructing conditional sentences, especially the type 1, what you need to understand is your focus should be on the verb. Where can you find the verb? I told you that you can find a verb in the main clause, and also you can find a verb in the subordinate clause. When you construct a conditional sentence type 1, you have to remember that the verb in the condition is in the form of simple present. Is that clear? So, the condition comes with if, so you have to have if and the simple present verb. So, what happens to the main clause then? There is a verb there as well. So, the verb in the main clause should stand in simple future. So, I have given you examples. If you behave well, we will buy you a gift. So, if you behave well, what is the verb there? Behave. So, behave is a simple present verb. Therefore, the verb in the main clause, what is the form that you have to use? That is simple future. Accordingly, we have will buy. In the second one, it is sunny. Here, will take you to the beach. Is the verb there. In the main clause, you have will take. Okay, we need more practice here. We'll see. I have given you the subordinate clauses separately in a separate table and main clauses in a separate table. Now, what you need to do is read the subordinate clause, then read the main clause and match them appropriately. Now, this is the time for you to do the activity. All right. If you have completed your work, let's check the answers. Hope you all have got this correctly. First one. If you study hard, you will get a good result. Very good. This is what you have to write. If you study hard, you will get a good result. Study simple present and will get simple future. And the second one, if they invite me, I will go to the party. Then again you can notice invite, simple present, will go, simple future. And the third one, if you pass the exam well, they will select you for the job. Pass is the verb in the condition and will select is the verb in the main clause. And if you have the next one like this, if it rains heavily, the river will overflow tonight. Rains will overflow. And then you have the last one. If you care for your personal hygiene, you will be able to prevent diseases. So hope you have got all these correct. This is again an activity because you have learnt a lot of theory, so you need to practice these things. So in this activity, this is a dialogue between Ravi and Dev, and they are talking about their weekend plans. So just read the dialogue and find out the conditional sentences that they have used there. Okay, this is the time for you to read. Alright, were you able to find out the conditional sentences? How many were there? 2, 3? There were 4. Yes, there are 4 conditional sentences in this dialogue. So, if I highlight them, they'll appear like this, right? So, let's read the dialogue and see. Ravi says, what are you going to do this weekend? Now, Dev, I have an assignment to finish. But why? Any plans? If you finish it by Friday, we can do something fun. Now see, if you finish it by Friday, we can do something fun. Wow, that sounds great. What's the plan? Sahan's birthday is on this Sunday. Let's plan a surprise party. Good. If we call Dil, Saveen and Kusal, they will join us. Once again a conditional sentence. If we call Dil, Saveen and Kusal, they will join us. Alright, I will tell Gihan too if you like. I will tell Gihan too if you like. Well, if Gihan likes, he can supply music. Once again, if Gihan likes, he can supply music. So, the verb in the condition is in simple present and verb in the main clause comes with simple future, right? So, this is the dialogue and you identified the conditional sentences here. There are 4, right? Based on this, I want you to do this activity as well, right? Based on the dialogue, what you need to do is read these sentences and write the correct form of the verb in the given blank, right? Now, all these are conditional type 1 sentences. So, what you need to know is that when I write or when I construct conditional type 1 sentences, the verb in the condition should be in simple present and verb in the main clause should be in simple future. Hope you will be able to do this. Okay. Start doing the activity. Okay, alright children, can we check your answers? Don't worry if you were not able to write. So, I am going to discuss these things one by one, right? So, the number 1, if Dil and Savi, the balloons, Kusal, blank the house. Now, first you need to identify the condition and the result. If you do not identify the condition and the result, you will not be able to understand where to write the simple present verb and where to write the simple future verb. Is that clear? So, first identify the condition. That is the easiest thing. How do you identify the condition? Because it comes with if. Alright. So, what is that part? If Dil and Savi, so it is the condition, you have to have simple present verb. So, If Dil and Savi, now we have two people, plural, therefore bring, simple present, right? Dil and Savi bring the balloons. Kusal, now this we are moving on to the main clause. So, main clause, the verb should be in simple future. Therefore, it should be will decorate. Okay, the second one. First identify the condition. It comes with if. There the verb should be in simple present. Saveen blank the soft drinks. Is that the condition? No, you can't see if there. But look at the other part. If somebody. So, this is the condition. If somebody, simple present, the verb help is given, but we are referring to somebody. You know that it's a definite singular. Therefore, somebody helps. If somebody helps him carry the bottles, what happens? Saveen will buy the soft drinks. So, the sentence is, Saveen will buy the soft drinks if somebody helps him carry the bottles. Okay, let's move on to the third one. In the third one, if Sahan's sister, what is the verb you have to write there? If, it is the condition. If Sahan's sister bakes a cake. Why did I write bakes instead of bake? Because it's third person singular. We have learnt it earlier, right? So, if Sahan's sister bakes a cake, Mihiri and Anu will help to serve it. We'll move on to the fourth. Others will sing songs if Gihan supplies music. That's correct because we start if with Gihan. So, that is the condition. Therefore, the verb in that clause should be in simple present. Therefore, we have if Gihan supplies music. And what is the complete sentence? Others will sing songs if Gihan supplies music. Right? So, you get little bit of practice with that, I hope. Earlier, I told you when constructing conditional clauses type 1 sentence, the verb in the condition should be there in simple present and the verb in the main clause should come in simple future. But here I am telling you, you can also use modal verbs. Do you know what modals are? Verbs like can, may, might, would, should, right? So, these are modal verbs. So, instead of using simple future, we can use modals as well, right? So, here it says you can also use modals in the main clause. Instead of the future tense to express the degree of certainty, permission or a recommendation about the outcome. Now, to make this point very clear, let me take an example. Now, look at this. If you drop that glass, it break. So, if you don't know this word might there, as I told you earlier, you will try to find a simple future verb. Like what? If you drop that glass, it will break. Perfectly all right. That's correct. But instead of that, you can use the modal might as well. That is what they say here, right? Instead of simple future, you can use a modal also appropriately in order to give the same meaning in conditional type 1, right? So, we will take another example. I may finish that letter if I have time. Third one, if he calls you, you should go. And the last one, if you sleep early, you can get up early. If you sleep early, you can get up early, not you will get up early, right? So, you have to remember that as well. Instead of simple future, in the main clause, the verb can be a modal verb as well, right? So, with that, we have come to the end of today's lesson. So, let's recall what we learned. Today, we focus on the first type of the conditional clauses. And then you learned how to construct if type 1 sentence. And I told you, in if type 1 sentence, the verb in the condition comes in simple present and the verb in the main clause comes in simple future. And I told you, instead of a simple future verb, we can use the modals as well. Hope you all have got these points, right? So, before I wind up, just look at this as well. If you follow English lessons well, you will find the exam easy. So, bye for now. Thank you.